forget trying to find your purpose and try to think role instead. This is the latest aha moment, or this like click in my mind that just happened this morning, and it was really, really helpful. Because the problem that happens with when you try to think about what is my purpose, what is the bigger goal in my mind, what is my bigger mission, is that we start to accept, at least what I noticed, that I start to like subconsciously wait for this aha moment to happen. I start to wait like until I gain a point of clarity where, you know, something becomes so clear that I'm so fucking energized by it that, you know, then there will be just like massive action towards it. But if you think about purpose, there is no my purpose, your purpose. There is only the purpose. What do I mean by this? It's like, think about any problem or thing that example entrepreneur might be working on. Someone is building online course to help people, become healthier. Someone is building a business that is innovating with technology. And if you break down the process and how to achieve the process, how I can help someone get rid of the headache, or how I can build a company that develops really cool new technologies, they both end up into the fundamental things of like how I can improve the consciousness level, the vibration level, the frequency, to level up my employees, how I can level up my clients, because so that they actually can get permanent results. Not just that they do these few exercises here and there, but they really can make a huge transformation in their life and their habits and thinking and everything, so they can really get rid of the headache, for example. So no matter what is the goal or mission or thing, it kind of always comes down to this like leveling up the people, their consciousness level, their vibration, their the energy they have. So there's no my purpose, not your purpose, not anyone else's purpose. There's only the purpose, the expansion of the humanity and our consciousness. We leveling up in our consciousness. Now, once you understand this, that there's only the one purpose, there's, you don't have to find your purpose because the purpose is preset. It's same for everyone. Then the next logical question is like, well, what is my role in fulfilling or advancing this purpose? And this is the key thing here. Purpose feels something that I have to have eureka moment. It has to be something grandiose. It has to be something like really like lights me up and my every cell in my body. Whereas thinking in a role is much more practical, everyday thing. Like, what is my role? What is something I'm really good at? What something I like doing? And much more like practical, process oriented, something I can take action right now without necessarily knowing where it's actually gonna lead to. A good example here is like someone might be just cleaning houses, apartments, be cleaner. Example, I have a cleaner who comes weekly, clean my apartment. Now, we don't usually think that's really important job and so on, but actually it is, because that frees up my time to focus, me to focus more time on what is the role I do best, what is my role fulfilling this humanity's purpose and advancing it. So if I wouldn't have that cleaner who does better job than me, faster than me, I would be wasting my time cleaning my apartment. So actually, the cleaner is doing equally as important job than as I'm doing. Because without the cleaner, I couldn't focus so much time on what I'm doing. So they are equally as important as me. And this brings everything down to so much more like simple, practical things. Example, because for me, immediately the thought was like, wait, the cleaner has the importance level of the cleaner's task or role is as big as mine, but they don't have a big mission or goal about it. Their goal is probably like quite like practical, like let's just clean this apartment really well, as fast as possible, while having fun and making the job as enjoyable as it can be. And they're filling their role really well. So I was like, why the hell I'm trying to find some fucking big goal or mission or figure something out instead of just filling my role. And that got me this aha moment of like, you don't necessarily need the big goal or mission. It doesn't always make sense. It's like if you're cleaning the toilets, you don't need that big of a goal. If you are leading a company that has a lot of employees, you have to like get people aligned and so on. You probably want to have some kind of goal and mission to rally the troops around and make sure that everyone is rowing in the same pace in the same direction. If you have an aha moment, hey, this is the big thing I want to build and create and so on, like great, if it happens, great, but you don't need it. And how things usually go is like you start by doing something, and while you do it, things start to click on the way, and then you might get the longer term goal and so on. So I think it's counterproductive to start to figuring that out, because that's exactly like there's so easy to fall in this trap of like trying to find something from your external life that will inspire you, trying to find something from your external life to come up with some thought, using your mind to come up with something that inspires your emotions and your energies to take action. Never gonna happen. This is the exact same thing that happens when people are like waiting for the motivation to start to exercise, waiting for the motivation to start the business, to do the work. There is no external thing that can make you motivated. It's the action itself that creates this feeling of like, I like what I'm doing, I want to do this more, and then we call that feeling, that emotion, motivation. Now, there can be things in the external outer world that create a reaction in you called inspiration, this moment when you get that feeling without doing the action. But it's useless until you then use that feeling to actually start doing that action to create more of that feeling, creating that momentum effect. And so most of the people are, trying to find this external thing to lift them up from inside. And even if they have inspiring moments, they don't necessarily take actual action to then like use this little like ignition to really, light up the flame. And it happens in so many things. This is like so easy, like, somehow a mind gets stuck with this all the time. It might be about changing your, starting exercising, starting a business. It might come in a form of like trying to figure out the goal, trying to figure out what, is the grandiose big business idea, or what's my purpose before taking action. But now when you revert back to think like, what is my role? What are the things I'm good at? What are the things that I like doing that make me feel good? What are the things I'm naturally drawn into doing? You start to fill your role. You start to clean up one toilet after another, so to speak. And that's all you need to do to have your purpose and fill your role in this the one purpose we all have. And while you do that, you will have those aha moments. You will, align with longer term goals and things. But I think it's good to every now and then sit down, think about your purpose and goals and so on. But it's just a little slight time of what you do, because most important thing is to fill your role. And while you experience things and you are taking action, that makes you motivated, that lights up the energy. That's how you see what is not working, what is working. Let's do less tasks, let's move here. And then you will have those aha moments when you do that. That then you can then call your big mission, my goals, my purpose, however you want to call it. And at least for me, right now, this morning, this was like really helpful. Immediately got me like out of so many mind loops that I have been thinking in the past couple of weeks, I have noticed that I have gotten stuck thinking like, should I do that? Should I do that? Well, is this more important than this? And what to choose between these different options? In the end, there's no options. Example, if you're, I think people are either with their like purpose or cause or mission, they're stuck in two different like places. Either like it's like, I don't know what it is. Or then you can see different options and you are unsure what to choose. And the one key thing for me here today, this morning when I was writing things down was like, there's no options. There is only that one truth that's out there. And it's just the structures created by our mind, the mind level problems and things that hide, your thing, what you should be doing, that stops you from doing that. And then you see these different options. And it's more about dissolving the situation, destructuring the thing, and the right thing will pop up. You don't have to figure it out. You have to like follow your role, follow your inner compass, and you will be fulfilling your role. And you will, by taking action, doing things, you will gain clarity. You will experience what it is, what you want to do. And then when you have experienced that, in hindsight, you can connect the dots and you can put words into it. You can tell like, hey, this is my purpose. But I don't believe that you can tell in advance what that is. Or if you're trying to too much figure it out, you will just plot down some idea that sounds good right now, and then when you actually start to do that, you notice that it's not perfect. But I hope there was some aha moments for you. I hope this gets you a little bit more clear about like what to do next. And if not, I'm really happy to answer your questions about the topic or hear what kind of thoughts this popped up in you. But if nothing else, we will see you on the next video.